Don't get me wrong, guys. Jasmine is hot, no doubt about that, but sometimes it gets a bit tiring and boring when you see the same thing over and over. I know. That's why I already told you that I got you. I can't let my buddy down. It's your last night being a free and a happy man.
Hello, I'm Jasmine, and let me tell you about the time my walk to the altar took an unexpected detour to the strip club. It all started from that moment that I had been dreaming about my entire life. Andrew, my longtime partner, had finally proposed, and we were engaged to be married. As we celebrated with our family and friends, I couldn't help but feel a rush of joy and excitement. We were ready to embark on this new chapter together and start planning our bachelor and bachelorette parties. However, amidst all the happiness, I couldn't shake off a nagging feeling of concern. You see, Andrew had a long history of infidelity in our past. Though he assured me that he had changed, the fear still lingered in the back of my mind, especially when his group of friends is not exactly the epitome of commitment. I wasn't comfortable with him hanging out with them, particularly with that man Eric, who often taunted him in the past, encouraging Andrew to cheat on me. I didn't understand why Andrew chose to keep these friends around despite their toxic influence on him, so I brought this up to him, but he was reluctant to cut ties with Eric despite his questionable and disrespectful reputation. He reasoned that his friend was a powerful and well-connected man, and keeping him around might help his career in the long run. While I understood the practicality of his decision, I couldn't help but worry that this friendship could jeopardize our relationship. I knew I had to address this issue as we planned our bachelor and bachelorette parties. Andrew and I had always been open and honest with each other, and I wanted to have a candid conversation about setting boundaries for these celebrations. One evening, we sat down together in our cozy living room, ready to discuss our plans. Andrew, I have been thinking about our bachelor and bachelorette parties, and I want us to make a pact. No strippers at either party. It's important for me to feel secure and respected in our relationship. I hope you understand, especially given our past and the influence of your friends.
Jasmine, I've told you before that I won't do anything to hurt our relationship. Why do you keep bringing this up?
I know, Andrew, and I trust you. It's not about that. Given our history, I think it's best for us to avoid any situations that could potentially lead to misunderstandings or discomfort. I want our celebrations to be about us and our love, not about outside distractions.
It's very toxic of you to bring back the past and use it against me, when it's clear that I've grown out of it. Yeah, sure, no strippers then. Can we move on from this topic now? It's bumming me out.
With our agreement in place, I felt a weight lifted off my shoulders. I knew that we had taken a step towards creating a strong foundation for our marriage built on trust, respect, and understanding. But I couldn't help but feel a bit of guilt for bringing up the no stripper request. I wondered if I had been too controlling and insecure, or if my trust issues were getting the better of me. I tried to put my doubts aside, reminding myself that setting boundaries is essential in any relationship. In the days leading up to the bachelor and bachelorette parties, there were several specific hints that kept my intuition on high alert. It started with an innocent joke from one of Andrew's friends saying they had booked a surprise guest for the party, and they all exchanged mischievous glances. Andrew, who's the surprise guest they mentioned? Are you hiding something from me? Do you remember our pact?
Just, you're overthinking things. It's not automatically a stripper. It could be my favorite band, my favorite celebrity, or probably just one of my childhood friends. It's all in good fun. Don't blow things out of proportion.
I nodded, trying to push away my worries and trust in Andrew's words, but that lingering feeling of anxiety still gnawed at me. Then Andrew received a mysterious text with a winking emoji and the words, "Get ready for a wild night." What does this mean? Why is it a wild night?
Oh, please, they're just teasing me. It's probably just some friendly challenges like who can chug a beer the fastest or do the most push-ups. You know how they can be a bit rowdy.
I tried my best to trust him and convince myself again that it was all just innocent fun. A day later, my girls and I were preparing for my bachelorette party. I overheard my phone beep with voicemail notification. Curiosity got the better of me, and I checked it, hoping it was something important. But as I listened to the message, my heart sank.
Hey man, you won't believe the incredible surprise we have got lined up for your bachelor party tonight. I pulled some strings and managed to book the hottest stripper in town. Dude, she's got curves in all the right places and her moves are absolutely mesmerizing. I can't wait to see your reaction. It's going to be a night you'll never forget. See you at the Wild Lounge at 8 p.m., buddy.
The vivid description of this supposed hottest stripper in town they booked got me feeling more anxious and insecure. I couldn't help but compare myself to her, wondering if I could ever live up to such standards. My friends noticed my distress, and they started putting a comforting hand on my shoulder. I appreciated my friends' words of comfort, but I couldn't shake off the feeling of hurt and betrayal. Andrew had promised me no strippers, yet here I was confronted with the reality that he had broken that promise. It made me question whether he truly respected our relationship and my feelings. The girls shared a mischievous smile as they huddled together, whispering and giggling about the new plan they had concocted. I couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and curiosity, wondering what they had in store for my bachelorette party. You know what? Change of plans! The day of the bachelor party finally arrived, and the girls and I were determined to put our surprise plan into action. We had been fortunate to obtain all the necessary information from the voicemail, including the time and place for Andrew's bachelor party. This stroke of luck made our scheme even more foolproof. We were about to turn the tables on Andrew and his friends. I'm getting nervous. Are you sure this is a good idea? Trust me, they're going to get exactly what they deserve. As we arrived at the venue, we found a discreet spot outside where we could hide and watch the events unfold. We peered through the windows, watching Andrew and his friends eagerly anticipating the hottest stripper they were promised. My heart raced with anticipation, and I couldn't wait for their reactions when we make our entrance. Just then, a car pulled up and a woman stepped out. She fit the description from the voicemail perfectly, alluring and confident. As she was about to enter, my friend Eve barely stepped forward. Excuse me, we need to talk to you before you go in. Who are you? I have a job to do. Step aside. We're friends of the bride-to-be and we need to discuss something important. With a raised eyebrow, the woman followed us to a more private corner. We explained the situation and how Andrew had lied about not having any strippers at his party. To our surprise, the woman listened attentively and didn't seem upset at all. Look, I get it. I'm just here to do my job, and I don't want to cause any trouble for you or the groom. But I've got a reputation to uphold, so I'll still need to be compensated. We knew about this, of course, so we came prepared. We handed her an envelope containing some money and she gave us a nod of appreciation. Thanks for being cool about this. We really appreciate your understanding and cooperation. Oh, yeah, no problem. It's like girl code, you know. I'll go now, and hey, think twice before going through with the wedding. Just as we were about to execute our plan, I overheard Andrew's voice coming from inside the venue.
Don't get me wrong, guys. Jasmine is hot, no doubt about that, but sometimes it gets a bit tiring and boring when you see the same thing over and over. I know. That's why I already told you that I got you. I can't let my buddy down. It's your last night being a free and a happy man.
I clenched my jaw, trying to push away the hurt that those words brought me. It stung to hear him talk like that about me with his so-called friends. Eve noticed my reaction and gave my hand a reassuring squeeze, silently reminding me of our plan. This was the moment we had been waiting for, the chance to turn the tables on Andrew and his friends. So my friends and I stormed into the venue, our sexy outfits and sultry smiles stealing the attention of everyone in the room. We were wearing a sexy mask to conceal our true identities. We began to dance provocatively around them, our moves captivating and teasing. The men were overjoyed and they didn't suspect a thing, thinking this was the ultimate surprise Eric had planned for them.
I knew you wouldn't disappoint, Eric. You're the best man.
We circled around the men, playfully tying them up with silky ribbons, making sure they couldn't escape. We continued to dance and strip down to their underpants, while taunting them as they struggled to break free from the surprise captors. As we continued to dance and tease, the music suddenly switched to a familiar voicemail, the very voicemail that Eric had left boasting about the hottest stripper they were about to see.
Hey man, you won't believe the incredible surprise we have got lined up for your bachelor party. I pulled some strings and managed to book the hottest stripper in town. Dude, she got curves in all the right places and her moves are absolutely mesmerizing. I can't wait to see your reaction. It's going to be a night you'll never forget. See you at the Wild Lounge at 8 p.m., buddy.
The men's expression changed from excitement to confusion, and their eyes darted around the room as they tried to figure out how we had gotten hold of the voicemail.
What the hell? Wait a minute, Eric. That voicemail was just between us. I know. I didn't. It's not what... I'm not part of this. How did you guys get that voicemail? This is so creepy, man. Stop it.
At that moment, a large screen in the corner flashed to life, revealing a video call with their parents. Their faces turned wide as they saw their moms and dads looking at them with disapproval and disappointment.
Really, Andrew? A stripper? This is just embarrassing. We raised you better than this. You should have known better. You're getting married, for heaven's sake.
Breaking your fiancé's heart and betraying her trust. No strippers, remember? Jasmine told me you two agreed on that. Oh Christ, we beseech thee, cast out the evil spirit that possessed our son and his friends, and lead him on the path of righteousness. May he be cleaned of his wicked ways, and save him from the temptations that lurk in the darkness. The parents of his other friends were also there, face-palming and giving looks of disgust. It was clear that Andrew and his friends regretted their foolish decisions. We struggled to hold back our laughter, but we knew we had to hold it so we don't spoil our grand revelation too soon. As the video call continued, Andrew and his friends grew increasingly spooked and humiliated. They demanded to know who was behind this and how we had managed to get the voicemail and contact of their parents.
Who are you people? How did you get that voicemail? How did you know our parents? Tell us now or we'll call the police.
I removed my mask and revealed who we truly were. Surprise! It's us, Andrew, your loving fiancé and her amazing friends, or should I say ex-fiancé. The other girls followed, revealing their identities one by one. The room fell silent as the men stared at us in shock, their faces turning even redder with embarrassment.
Wait, you guys, you were the strippers all along? You deceived us?
Yep, just like you deceived me, Andrew. You promised there would be no strippers at the party, and yet here we are. Now all your parents can see how terrible of a man you have all become.
Wait, no, I didn't mean to. Please, Jasmine, get me out of this rope and give me a chance to explain properly.
Explain what? That you didn't think I'd find out? That you didn't think I deserved honesty and respect from the man I was about to marry?
It's not... We weren't really going to see any strippers. We're just here to drink, right guys?
We met the stripper outside and had to pay her so she wouldn't proceed with her service.
Oh.
You know what's really disappointing? It's not just the stripper, it's the fact that you let your friends influence you and you choose to prioritize their idea of a fun night over our relationship. Also, great timing on betraying me right before our wedding day. I guess some people will never change. Now, since you're so clever with all our secrets and lies, then you're clever enough to get out of those ropes without our help. We're over. Let's leave, girls. With those words, I stormed out of the room, leaving Andrew with his friends. I broke off the engagement and canceled the wedding. My heart was heavy, but I knew it was the right decision. I would never let myself be married to someone I couldn't trust. As the days passed, Andrew's actions seemed to follow him like an unwanted shadow. His reputation as a man who couldn't be trusted lingered, making it difficult for him to form meaningful connections. It was almost as if the ropes of deceit he had tied himself with continued to entangle him. It was a good thing I didn't push through with getting tied to him in marriage.